parents and the children could have fun together.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily.
Welcome to the My DVC Points podcast. Join the conversation as DVC members share their stories, personal preferences, and magical memories. Your reservation is confirmed, your fast passes are booked. Pull up on the yellow strap because our journey into the magic of membership is about to begin.
To infinity and beyond.
Now, here's your host and curator of magical stories, Chad Pennycuff.
Welcome home, neighbors, to the My DVC Points podcast. Today's show, we are continuing our Villas at Disneyland Hotel series, and we're talking all about the food. If you want to know more and see all of the other shows in this series, just go over to mydvcpoints.com/BDH. That'll take you right to our resort wiki. You'll see all of our shows on the series, room charts, point charts, everything that we can come in and get together on this particular resort. So before we jump into today's show, I want to do a huge shout out of thanks to our sponsors over at DVC Rental Store. If Villas at Disneyland Hotel or any other DVC resort sounds like it's someplace you want to go, DVC Rental Store is in the business of brokering transactions between members and renters. People who want to come in to stay in a deluxe DVC villa, but not necessarily own, or perhaps they own and they just need to do one little extra trip. So they're going to rent another member's points. That's as simple as it gets. It is by far the best value you will get in staying at a Disney Deluxe resort, because you're getting really close to what we pay as members without having to do that whole initial cash influx up front to buy in and the commitment. You're just going to rent points for one particular vacation, knock it out, have a great time. DVCRentalStore.com. Let them know you heard about them here on the My DVC Points podcast. Now, let's jump into today's show. We've got a My DVC Points star-studded cast today, where we've got our producer, Gina, who's doing this whole series, along with Sandy, who's also helping produce the series, and our longtime contributor and good friend, all-around awesome guy, Ron Schammert. Let's welcome to the show, Gina, Sandy, and Ron. How you guys doing today, guys?
Hi, I'm happy to be here to talk about my real home and my DVC home.
Yeah, this is awesome. So I know three of us own points there, at least. Gina picked up some points there. I picked up some points there. Ron did. Sandy's still holding out. I think you had a really good argument right up front that you could probably stay at a Marriott or a TA rate or something along those lines. So we're not going to hold that against you. But we do know you come to Disneyland and you like to eat while you're there, and you're a subject matter expert on this. So welcome to the show, Sandy, as well.
Indeed, we do love Disneyland. I mean, we are already scheduled for our next trip down for the Run Disney event that's happening in January. So there you go. We're there at least twice a year at this point. So we do love our Disneyland everything.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So in today's show, we're going to kind of divide this up into two sections. We're going to talk about what's at the Disneyland Hotel resort proper, which would be right there at our resort. And because downtown Disney is like right there, you don't even have to cross a road anymore. It is just like right outside the resort. And the new entrance is right in front of the Villas at Disneyland Hotel. It's like a straight shot out our front door into downtown Disney. So we're going to come in to some highlights, some tips and tricks in case you get a little bored with the resort restaurants and you want to veer out there. Let's start this off with my favorite thing there, and that would be Trader Sam's.
Oh, yeah. Trader Sam's is great. So what do you like, Chad, about Trader Sam's that puts it on top for you?
It's the little kitschy, like tiki bar kind of thing. It's all the little collectible mugs. It's the show that comes along when people order a special drink on the inside. It's just like Disneyland Hotel and Polynesian Villas. They're exclusive to us, and I happen to own both resorts. So I'm like a bi-coastal Trader Sam's owner here. So I'm all about my Trader Sam's.
I love that.
Now, Ron, you've been to Trader Sam's in both locations too also, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
What do you feel about our Disneyland Hotel version of Trader Sam's?
So I'm kind of on the same wavelength as Chad. I love the fact that you get a Poly vibe and you get the Disneyland vibe and you get it all in one. And then a lot of the other great places we're going to talk about as well. But When I think of the Trader Sam's, at least the trip that Jackie and I took more recently, I think of those tempura-battered green beans. I mean, those things are just
They're
so
so good.
unique and so delicious.
Oh, delicious. I agree 100% on those. Oh my gosh, yes. And Sandy, what about you? What is your take?
I love both coasts for this. I'm a little bi-coastal like you, Chad, as far as like Trader Sam's. I do find that the vibe at the one at the Disneyland Hotel is a little bit more restaurant-y, whereas the one that's in Florida is a little bit more loungy when you're on the inside of it.
Oh, yeah.
But, the same features of when you order some sort of interesting concoction, everything comes to life in the place, which is pretty cool. And I love watching people who are unaware of this do it for the first time. We always have our friends when we go there order something off the menu that they are unawares that will trigger something in the restaurant, which is just awesome. Did you know that you can actually get them to create a cocktail for you using Dole Whip? Because it's just right outside and they'll do that for you. That's a little quick, yeah.
Yes,
So
they will.
for all the Dole Whip fans in this room in particular, you can get them to also.
They want to mess up their Dole Whip with other abominations and make it
Right.
But
an
you can't.
adulterated Dole Whip.
It would have to be a
But you can't.
mocktail for me anyway, so it's not even worth it. Keep it traditional for me.
Okay.
Well, that's it exactly.
Yeah, but to your point, Sandy, what I love about this Trader Sam's is it is a little bit more restaurant focused. You've got a little bit more food options there. And it's bigger on the inside. Like the bar is like U-shaped on the inside. So you've got tables along the outside, tables on the inside of the bar. Okay. And then you've got outside seating as well. Gina, is outside still Trader Sam's, or did we get into Tangaroa Terrace at that point in time?
If you're in the very front of Trader Sam's, you are Trader Sam's. If you're on the side, you're Tangaroa Terrace, because it's the same menu, but they'll do the little show and you can go in and watch the show and use the restroom inside Trader Sam's. So I like to do that. I like to sit outside and then go inside and enjoy the little show part when I use the restroom.
Oh, that's true.
And then you guys remember, we don't have rain where I live. So we have everything outdoors. We really enjoy outdoor seating because we don't have rain. So we get the fake rain.
And the weather is almost always conducive for it. Like it's rarely ever so cold you can't. Now it will be hoodie weather, but they've got the heated torches out there and everything. Yeah. And it's just a great relaxing vibe. And it's right outside our resort. Like it is just right there. It's right across the pool from it.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it's a little bit elevated, even if you are sitting outdoors, because then you don't feel like you're having people who are using the pathways to get to and from their different towers, kind of like traipsing through the restaurant at the same time.
Yes, very true. The last point I have for Trader Sam's, which I love about California, is it's a locals place. And a lot of people just come after work for a drink or a bite and then go among their way. It's not a big hang out. They're there for hours and hours and hours, which I really love. That there's always open seating because people are coming and going. So
yeah. And it's big enough that you can get through it because like Orlando will shut down the wait list to get in. Yeah. You pretty much have to rope drop that at 2 or 3 or whatever it is to guarantee your seating and get on the wait list for that night. It's bad.
It's bad in Florida. I agree. I had to be there at 3 o'clock, rope drop. And they're like, we'll text you when it starts. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. In California, I just show up. They're like, okay, come back in like half an hour. Okay. Yeah. We'll see you in 10. Okay. No big deal.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was going to say too, just to piggyback what you guys just said. The one in California, it really did seem like the in and out people didn't stick around quite as long as they do down in Florida. Yeah. So it did make it more accessible for more people. So that's great.
Yeah.
And you can also you can reserve at the one in California versus the one in Florida.
Yeah, you can make reservations.
Right. Mm-hmm.
We just drop in or not drop in, and it's always open, which is nice. So I'm going to stick on the lounge thing because I'm going to talk about that steakhouse lounge. Now, Chad and I went to that back a couple months ago, and I love that place. It's very relaxed. There's live music. It's drinks. It's small bites. I really enjoy that vibe, especially when you're staying in the tower. You just stumble across to the tower, and that's it. You go through the pool, and you're done. So has anybody else done that steakhouse lounge? Only Chad and I? Okay.
Yeah, I have not had the opportunity to go to that one.
No, I haven't done that one yet.
I guess I'm going to throw this into the Splash Mountain category because I'm still like in denial that they took down something better and replaced it with something worse. Like it's the Steakhouse 71 restaurant, rest in peace. Yes, I realized they had a bar up front and they're like, hey, we already have a bar built here. Let's just start serving alcohol and make some money. It's kind of how I feel about the place. So it's cool. It's nice. It's in the lobby. It's the hotel convention center. I'm sure they make a ton of money selling alcohol. but I miss my Steakhouse 71 restaurant.
Okay. I like it.
Rant
I
over.
think it's great. I like it. I think it's great. I enjoy the fact that you're right next to Goofy's Kitchen and you don't have to eat Goofy's Kitchen. You can still see the characters. I really enjoy that feature.
Yeah. Speaking of Goofy's Kitchen.
A little foreshadowing here.
Exactly. That kind of rolls us into the next topic.
Yeah.
So character interactions, great, fabulous, wonderful. Food, not my favorite spot at the Disneyland Resort for sure. I feel like they should almost give you like a doggy bag, like to bring home with you of candies when you're leaving the spot, just because half the menu is probably sweets. There were a couple of really nice things on the menu. Like they do have certain things that are a little bit more interesting. Like you can get like a dessert pizza and then they'll have like curries and a couple of really interesting, more adulty type stuff. But the vast majority of it is just like pizza, chicken fingers, and
hot dogs.
Exactly.
Junk.
But by the same token, they're catering to a younger clientele. So I get it, right? I get it.
My family liked it when we were there. So that's all I'm saying. Now, this was 2018. So we did not stay on it on our last trip there. But in 2018, we had good things to say about it. I mean, it was buffet food, so it is what it is. The chicken tenders were decent. It seemed like they had a sliced ham and a beef that you would get on a buffet, and the mashed potatoes were good. And so I had plenty that I loved right there, like chicken tenders, sliced meat, potatoes and gravy. We good, okay?
Yeah.
Like I don't need much more than that, and I know I'm going to get shook down for money just because the characters are there.
And the characters are they are the best part of that whole place, because I don't like any of the food. But
I do think though, if you're going to splurge on a buffet that's character based, that I would go to Storytellers.
100% agree.
Yeah. I just found the food much better and the character interactions are equally just as great.
Yeah.
That's good to know, because we have not been to either, but Jackie will not let me avoid Goofy's Kitchen. We will, especially with the Grands, whenever we get them there, we will be there regardless of whether the food is good or not. We're just going to be there. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Just know for an alternate breakfast, you can go to Tangaroa Terrace and their breakfast is really good and they make it to order. So I would prefer that.
I got a burger joint I'll be going to. I'll know that. We'll talk about that one in a minute.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So mixed reviews here on Goofy's Kitchen. I get it. It's a buffet. It's character. And to me, I liked it better than Chef Mickey's. Okay.
I could see that.
Yes, I agree with that too.
Chef Mickey's is very noisy.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give our worlders some cross-reference points here, to me, it was a step up from Chef Mickey's because I don't like the monorail going through. I don't like the noise, everything else.
Very open and loud.
Yeah.
It's very open.
But I've had great character interactions at both. Now, last time I was there were some issues with them taking photos as you exit, and they wanted to sell them to you. And it was a complete pain because I had a magic key that included photos at the time. So I don't know what they're doing now with it. Have you been recently? Have you heard anything, Gina?
No, because when I go, I sit at the lounge and they just walk by for free and they take photos with me for free. I didn't realize they were doing photos for actual payment.
Yeah, it was like a photo pass people, okay?
Yeah, so there is at the beginning of it where you go actually through Goofy's kitchen as he's preparing your meal for you. And you get to pose with him. It's super duper cute and it's lovely, but we just handed over our camera to them. So it wasn't a big deal. They just took a couple of shots of us and we got some videos with him as well because, he likes showing off his kitchen to people.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, okay. So I think we've pretty well wrapped up here unless we've got any more commentary on the terrace. And the last thing, and I think is the best one there, is the Palm Breeze Bar. And it kind of has a Palm Beach vibe, as Gina has pointed out to me.
Palm Springs. It's California. Palm Springs. We're in California.
Okay, Palm Springs. Fair enough. Right?
It's because you live in Florida, Chad.
That's why it's in California connection.
So, okay, wrong coast. Whatever.
Mid-century modern. Not hot and humid. Mid-century modern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
100%.
I don't necessarily dig the vibe of it, but that's like all of VDH and all of the new stuff that they built there. And it seems like it's into the new downtown Disney area. They've kind of kept that vibe going with the concrete see-through walls or holes through the concrete walls. And
I'm digging it. I love it.
I love it. It's a very 1955 Disney.
Yes.
And I'm all in. I love it.
Me too.
Big fan.
Yeah. Now, we have ate there at tables. We have ate there with the pool service. I've had a good experience with all of it. I thought the chicken fingers were pretty darn tasty, and the drinks were really good when we've ordered those as well. So I got nothing but good things to say about this little bar. I think they did us right for the DVC add-on to create another food option for us, because they had to. They're putting up a whole new tower of people. They had to create more food service as well.
Yeah.
And I love how intimate it feels as well. Like it really does feel like a nice cap off to your evening, or, you know, a nice kind of transition in your day if you're looking for something for lunch. It's got a great vibe to it.
100%.
Yeah, I also like the fact that it is right there. Like we stayed in the garden section where you had to walk through the splash pad in the pool, and we were still less than 100 steps away from our room. If you're in the tower, you're in the door to get in the tower in like 20 steps. It's tucked right in the middle. Love the mid-century modern vibe. Everything that we had, the food with the jumbo lump crab roll, and then we had one of those artisan pizzas. I mean, they knocked it out of the park. They really did it right, Chad, to echo what you said. They did it right for us. They did us right on that one.
Now, I could live without the prosciutto on the charcuterie board pizza. Like, give me some real ham here.
Yes.
Okay. That was just a little like.
Agree to disagree.
Give me some ham. Okay.
Agree to disagree on that one.
Okay. Well, Ron, did you try it?
Now, Sandy, did you try the poutine?
I don't try poutine other places, people. Like, why would I have a poutine?
I'm just curious.
Why would I have a poutine anywhere else in the world? Honestly.
For those of you who don't know, Sandy is our resident Canadian. And so, yes.
And I live in Quebec. So the birthplace of poutine.
It's not.
I can see how she's a poutine snob. Okay.
I am. Sorry. There's one thing about me that's not nice, is that I am a poutine snob. I just am.
She even says it the right way. She even says it the right way. We all say poutine. She says
poutine. It's not poutine. It's poutine, and it's not the same. Because, you know, in California, it's just cheese and gravy on fries. That's what it is.
We used to call that disco fries back in the day, man. Yeah. And Chad, to answer your question, no, we got the 4 cheese. We did not get the charcuterie pizza, so I can't speak on it. Although I don't dislike prosciutto. You know what I mean?
Okay, so we might be a little tied here, right? You're gonna have to have some of it and report back to us, Ron.
I feel like each one of the hotels, though, does that version of a pizza.
They do.
It's just standard for the Disneyland Hotel
chain. It's true. Craftsman has one, right? Yeah. So. Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't care for it at Craftsman either. So
yeah, there you go. That's the signature.
Why'd you order it again, John?
He thought maybe it'd be different.
I have hopes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's great.
Your only option for carnivore pizza. Like, come on now. Like,
it was good.
Yeah. And there is one more honorable mention here for the Disneyland Hotel. It's never opened. It's open like maybe once in a blue moon. There's a coffee shop right outside Goofy's Kitchen. There is a coffee shop, and it has really great coffee and really great pastries when it's open. And the problem is,
I don't think I've ever seen it open.
It's very. Oh, it's open for you?
It was just me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was open, and I'm that goofball that. First of all, it's the West Coast, so it's 2-hour difference for me. I'm up at 5 a.m. anyway, so I'm waiting 3 hours to go get a coffee down there. So by the time they open, I was there at Rope Drop for the coffee shop. So no, the pastries were very good, and the coffee was, it's Disney coffee, which I'm a big fan of. So
now, for future people, if you're up at 6 a.m., Tangaroa Terrace is opened, and they will make food to order for you. I grabbed a little bag because I was there like emergency there in the morning, and I got a coffee, I got breakfast, I got lunch, I got everything, and they bagged it up for me, and off to work I went. So
that's awesome.
Just a little hint: if you're up early, Tangaroa.
If I could just say one more thing, outside the coffee shop, as you get to the main tower where the lobby is, and I don't remember all the names of them, but there's a lot of really nice couch type seating, outdoor couch seating there. So you don't have to sit inside. Well, you can't actually. There's no seating inside the coffee shop, but there's plenty of space to sit down and just enjoy the morning, the California morning.
And remember, it doesn't rain, so it's beautiful. It's a little dewy. Right. Could be a little cloudy.
Gina just keeps bragging.
could be a little cloudy in the mornings. We have cloudy mornings.
I had a flooded basement less than a month ago, and you're talking about how you never get rain, Gina. Thank you.
No, sorry.
I love the Midwest, right, Chad?
I'm telling you, Ron. I'm telling you. Like, they don't even get tornadoes there. Like, come on.
What's that? I'm like, what's that? We did have an earthquake. I didn't feel
a hurricane recently.
we had a hurricane last year and we had an earthquake like 2 days ago. I felt nothing. So yeah we get nothing.
I just saw the most recent report. Our derecho was 34 confirmed tornadoes in 24 hours.
Yeah. This is why, friends, buy Disneyland Hotel. Okay. That's why. They're going to escape. Okay. So we're going to move on now.
Yes.
We are done with our Disneyland Hotel, Disneyland Resort area, the hotels, and we're going to move to downtown Disney. Now, Chad, I want you just to describe for people the walk because they just changed it and I haven't done it yet. So how is this walk?
Oh.
It's a little feng shui-ish coming out of the Disneyland Hotel villas because you kind of got to wind a path and walk a little bit. But if you keep into your mind, it's a straight shot out. It's pretty much a straight shot out with just the little feng shui type curves of the garden area. And you're going to walk through there and you're going to walk out a gate and you have to use your room key to get back in the gate at night. When you come out the gate, you are right at the security checkpoint that is built for Disneyland Hotel and the new Pixar themed hotel or the old but newly rethemed Pixar hotel. So they walk over there as well. And so it's really just for hotel guests, this little entrance. I'm told they're still going to build another one for people that are parking and walking or walking from the parking deck. Isn't that right, Gina?
Yes. We already have the walking from the parking deck. We have that one. We have a separate entrance. But for downtown Disney parking, you're sharing with the hotel at this point. They're going to build a separate one for the hotel guests, right where Mickey's hat is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, our entrance is right there. And as soon as you walk in, the new Din Tai Fung place is right there on your left. There's restrooms right there as soon as you get through security. In case you've got a long security line, just know as soon as you get through, boom, immediate left. You've got restrooms there. And you're going to come around the corner to the Lego store, but it looks like they're building some other things there. There's an outdoor entertainment venue there. And that's when downtown Disney begins. And we could literally talk for 10 hours there on the options in downtown Disney for food. Just the food alone, not the shopping, because it's primarily food, if you ask me.
And we're getting a food court. So excited for that. But that's not here yet. So I can't judge. I can't tell you anything about it because it's not here yet.
So, but because there's so many options there, I think we're all just going to do a round robin of notable favorites that's there. And then some pro tips on some things to avoid. I'm going to start this off with my favorite thing there is Earl Sandwich. We have one in Orlando. It's in Disney Springs at the far, far, far corner. Same exact menu, same exact everything. And except now they're in a temporary location. So it's the cannonballs were MIA from the menu. My kids were kind of disappointed in that, which is their meatball sub.
Okay.
But other than that, it's pretty much the same stuff. And it is the Earl. It is the gold standard for what a sandwich shop should be. It is my Disneyland jam go-to every single time I go to Disney. Like, I'm going to the Earl usually multiple times. I think I stopped in there to buy sandwiches for me or the kids at least 4 times, and we were there for 3 nights.
Wow.
Can we just talk about the affordability of it, though? Like,
True.
It is probably one of the most affordable restaurants that is in Disneyland, period.
True.
Yeah, and not only that, if you follow any of the like Rapid Rewards dining or any of the airline dining programs and your card's registered with them, you'll pick up 3 points per dollar as well from that little program. So I picked up a couple hundred Southwest points from just my 4 stops in there. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I want to talk about Earl for one more second. There's also a tavern attached to our Earl of Sandwich, and that's a sit-down area, and you just walk up, and that's fabulous, too. They're going to move to the old Tortilla Joe's area, so it's going to be a huge tavern on the top and the sandwich shop on the bottom. So that's going to be even better.
Yeah.
From what I could tell, too, the sandwich shop has a different menu than the tavern does.
Yes, the tavern is more entrees. It has like spaghetti and meatballs. It has salmon. It has a steak. It's entrees, and it's very good. I've eaten there once. And then my other thing besides Earl of Sandwich is they're rebuilding downtown Disney. They're renovating it. And what they did is they took out the Uva Bar, and I was very upset about this, but they put in Centricos. And Centricos is now my new favorite go-to place. It's in this where Uva Bar was. They decorate it like Mexico. It feels like you're down in Puerto Vallarta. It's gorgeous. And I usually get their taquitos and their guacamole and their nachos. And every time it's been really good. So Central Coast, and there's another restaurant attached called Tienditas and another one called Paseo. And they're all the same chef, and he's from Mexico. So that's my number one recommendation.
Is one of them the like little quick service window?
Yes.
Like the walk?
Mm-hmm.
I almost tried that, but I was like debating in my mind, okay, I know Earl is going to be a Grand Slam home run.
Right.
Do I try something new? Do I go with my Grand Slam? I went with my Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's true. Because he does some weird Mexican stuff. It's real Mexican. It's authentic, but it's some weird blue corn tortillas. Like, so if you don't like blue tortillas and you don't like chicken in your quesadilla, things like that, that is a little different. That's
I'm down with all of that. So
okay. Yeah. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah. Okay, so I will hit that up on my next visit there as well.
For sure.
And so, Gina, is that your go-to then? Is that your...
Central Coast is my number one. Yeah, number one. If it's there, we'll sit. Taquitos, nachos, chips, salsa, guacamole.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Sandy, what's your rave at Downtown Disney here?
We just ate at the newest restaurant that opened at Downtown Disney our last trip, which is called Din Tai Fung. They have multiple locations like all over the place, like all over the world, I remembered seeing. So it was my first time eating at this chain. Amazing. So if you are a dumpling fan, this is awesome. They have great cocktails. We sat at the bar when we were there, which was really nice because we were able to chit chat with the folks that were at the bar as well as the bartender, and they would bring us our food. We actually had them bring it out kind of like 2 plates at a time so that we weren't overwhelmed with food all in one shot. But tons and tons of those soup dumplings and other types of dumplings, just absolutely delicious. So good. So good.
Yeah, I think that is the pro tip, is to request them to space that out a little bit, right? Because otherwise they'll just show up with a whole cart full of food and just leave it there.
Exactly. And then that way it allows you time to digest and decide whether or not you want to order more along the way, right? So it's in like little...
So what was your favorite thing that you had?
Oh, the soup dumplings, hands down.
Soup dumplings. That's their number one.
Hands down. That's what they're known for. And they're just incredible. Incredible. So yeah, I think we tried like 3 different types of them. So it was just like amazing. And we were there for the soft open too. So they didn't have the entire menu open yet. So there were certain things that we weren't able to try. So the premise is that you go in and you kind of like sushi, where you pick off which sushis you want. You pick off which dumplings you want. And then they take your order from that sheet that they hand you as you're walking into the restaurant.
Oh,
yes.
Awesome.
And I recommend when you go back, I recommend the rice cakes. They were not available for that soft opening.
They weren't.
But when they are, put them on your list.
Okay, perfect.
Really
good.
Yeah. And then Ron, what's your go-to?
I'm a pretty basic guy, and they do the best that I've ever had, and that would be the Black Tap burger, and they call them crazy shakes. I'm going to call them ludicrous shakes.
They are ludicrous. They are out of control.
I'll tell you what, I am a fan. We joke all the time. If Jackie and I were like, if you could only have one meal the rest of your life, what would it be? And mine is, I mean, if it's not like filet, it's a burger, and she picks pizza, so we'd be in good shape. But their Wagyu steakhouse burger, it just knocked it out of the park. It was outstanding. I did substitute a different cheese because I can't do the pepper jack, but it was a great burger. And then when you back that up with a cookie shake, which just has this cookies and everything on top, maybe the shake is probably 2,500 calories by itself. And then you throw a delicious
your whole day.
They take like
burger.
a big ice cream dish and they freeze it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then they start to put everything in and the toppings, and they dip it in chocolate sauce. And,
It's so good.
It's just like coming off the sides, oozing everywhere. If you're anal retentive, it's going to get messy. I'm just going to tell you, right?
It's going to get messy. And listen, I'm not shy. So I took the spoon. They give you a spoon with it, right? And I'm scraping the outside of it. I don't care if it got washed all that well. I'm eating everything they got. It was amazing. I was full. Needed to take a gas X when I was done. Just to
So worth it.
walk it off
So
a little
good.
bit.
So, Ron, were you licking down the ice cream dish too, just to not leave a drop there, buddy? Or
I cannot confirm nor deny whether that occurred during my trip
so
there.
much.
So,
Yeah.
but you'd probably be a good bet if you said yes, that I took it down.
What's great about Black Tap is they do serve the shakes on the outside, so you don't have to wait in that line if you just want the shake.
There's a window. Yeah. The
That's
window.
how I've had them. Yeah.
It's the best. I've done that twice. And then just even their basic, whatever burger, their basic one.
Yeah, the All-American. Mm-hmm.
That one was so good. That was the best burger I've had at Disney for so good.
Yeah.
So.
And they're big. I mean, they're like at least a half pound. I mean, you throw everything else on top of it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You need that walk back to the hotel. You need that walk back to the tower
Exactly.
just to work a little bit of that off.
It's so good, though. I agree. And I always do
Yeah.
I don't get the crazy shake. I get like the chocolate because it's still that huge
Yeah.
thing. It's still it's two shakes plus the whipped cream plus
Absolutely.
the cherry. So I only get that.
Yeah.
No cake or
No cake or no, it's too much. Oh my gosh.
so
It's
you
like
know,
8 meals.
being that I've seen a lot of these joints around me where they make these Bloody Marys and they put like hamburgers on top of them and shrimp
Yeah.
skewers and all this. And
Breakfast
being a
shakes.
Got a
non-drinker,
full
this is my
sausage.
version. Yeah, this
Yes.
is my version of the mega Bloody Mary. It's the mega cake top donut.
Shake.
Throw everything on the shake. Yeah,
The ultimate diabetic coma dessert.
There you go.
absolutely.
So
We do
good.
not
Yeah.
talk about A1C at Disneyland.
That's fabulous.
Well, I do have an
Oh.
honorable mention.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I need like really quick food, I like to go to Napolini
Oh yeah.
for
Oh,
pizza.
yeah. The little Naples.
Like that's a really easy, like pop in, pop out. It takes about 10 minutes for your pizza to be like made on the spot for you. And then you can just bring it back to your room if you want to. You know, for those late evenings where you're craving something because you're starving from the parks, it's a good one to kind of like pop into on your way back to the hotel, walking through downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had their
Yeah.
sit-down version with Brian and Sam from DCL Duo there. And
We all
Naples.
have.
Yeah. All of us.
Sorry, Ron, you weren't there.
With Sam.
So that little bar area, Jackie and I sat there one day because we were hungry and there was nowhere else really that we wanted to go. And we had the ciabatta bread, we had the caprese and the bruschetta, and every one of them were just, it was an appetizer frenzy. It was phenomenal.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds delicious. It's almost like a bread service that's an awe.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but with caprese and burrata.
Yeah, the caprese. Come on. Okay.
Come
Now-
on, forget about it, huh?
Now we have to talk about the things that I left off the list, not on purpose, but I didn't like it. So what is your don't like at Downtown Disney? I'll go first. I don't like Jazz Kitchen. They redid the coastal menu and I still don't like it. I only like the fish. I don't like the jambalaya. I don't like the Creole. I don't like any of it. So that's my one. Don't go there.
So I haven't eaten there, but everything else I've had at Downtown Disney has been great. So I guess I lucked into the fact that I haven't been there.
In my opinion, yes.
Because the other awesome like spots that you can go to that are really quick and easy are you can go to Splitsville. They always have something on the menu that'll fit any palate. So that's great. And then they have their extension that's called the Alley, which is really fun, especially if you're there with kids, because you can kind of like shoo the kids off to do the little activities that they've got there with the giant Connect Four. And I think they have a giant Jenga and other kind of
The
outdoor
cornhole,
game
I
type
think.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's nice because you can kind of like enjoy your little bevy at the end of the night and have the kids kind of playing off in those little games and stuff, which is nice.
Yeah.
I haven't tried Jazz Kitchen, but I do recall right next to the Jazz Kitchen, I'm going to give a little love to the beignet joint over there. That
Oh,
place,
yes.
Yeah.
holy cow. Can you tell I like the sweet stuff? Yeah, the beignets were really good. I got a bag. I think we got 3 or 6 of them. Yeah, they made it. Half of them made it back
So
to
which
the
ones are
tower.
better? Those ones or the ones near Tiana's?
I haven't been down there yet. I'll tell you in a month which ones are better. I haven't had the one, to be honest, yet.
So, Chad, can you talk to that one who had the Tiana's ones?
yeah, the Tiana's ones at Walt Disney World, not great. My family was not fans of the Tiana's Place ones either in Disneyland.
Oh,
So they just didn't cut the mustard. Nothing we've had hangs with Port Orleans beignets.
okay.
Those are the gold standard for Walt Disney beignets.
Why don't they just replicate the dough?
Right.
Fair,
Didn't they go to the beignet joint over in downtown? Beignets to go?
No, we did not try the one in downtown Disney.
Okay. Because those are Cafe Du Monde. So those should be better.
Really
That's the
good,
gold
yeah.
standard right there.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, so let's hope those are the gold standard. I will put that on the list and we will check that off next time there if that's authentic Cafe Du Monde stuff.
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
And if
Yeah.
anybody's tried them, leave in the comments below of the podcast whether or not you think the ones at the Cafe du Monde or the ones at Tiana's Place are better.
Yeah, we need a little beignet showdown here as
There you
well,
go.
right?
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
But Ron
I think
signed up.
we all have to take a trip together and try
Yes.
all the beignets on both coasts.
Yes, I can do that.
Back to back.
Let's go.
I'm down. Let's make it happen. They just shook me down for $1,649 for a magic key.
I got $20 off with my DVC, and I have to share this. I have to share this. They finally fixed the glitch where my Disneyland annual pass or magic key and my DVC jive. They're together for the first time in forever.
yay.
So that was a miracle. I had a miracle when I bought that pass yesterday. Anyways, I think, is there anything people don't like about Downtown Disney? I'm the only one that's like, not like
No. I've got some other pro tips here as well.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Because
Go,
we
go,
all
go.
know Disneyland churros are legendary,
the best.
but it needs qualification.
Yes.
Disneyland churros inside the parks.
Yes.
Correct.
100% correct.
You go to those little knockoff boots in
They're not
downtown
the same.
Disney.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
I agree.
They put fruity pebbles and like grape stuff and
The California churro people?
Yes,
Is that what you're
they're
talking
so
about?
gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
trash.
Stay
Don't
away.
eat those.
No.
So
Stay away.
the corn dogs
Okay.
outside can't hang with the ones inside the park that are legit Disneyland corn
All
dogs.
true. All true.
No.
How are they not duplicating these
Yeah.
things on the outside? I don't
Because
understand.
they're separate companies. They're not Disney.
Separate company. Yeah.
They're third-party vendors.
Why
They just
would they
rent
do
a
that?
booth from Disney.
Yeah.
So
That's so silly.
speaking of all those carts, Jackie insisted that we try, I think it was like a pickle dog from one of the carts.
Interesting.
And they served it with peanut butter.
Oh, that sounds
No.
lovely, Ron.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That sounds so gross.
If they ever have, I don't know if it was a pop-up or what, but yeah, I would definitely pass on that
Hopefully
one
they
again.
popped out of business, man, because like
Exactly.
So my next honorable mention, though, salt and straw.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
so yummy. Weird combinations that you would never think of, and then you try them, and it's
The
like this
best.
goes together like
Oh,
fabulously.
yeah.
It was so successful in Disneyland that they brought it to Disney Springs.
They did.
So from what I gather, it's the same people, the same recipes, the same kind of
Okay.
a thing. And yeah, it is worth the calories there.
Right.
Definitely worth the calories there.
Yeah, we had it like 3 or 4 times on our last trip because there was one
Yeah.
also in Manhattan Beach.
Oh, nice.
So we would go out for dinner.
Nice.
I'd be like, let's just go back to Salt and Straw.
So good. That's
good.
great.
Got it.
Yeah, the combos that you mentioned, Sandy, though, it was like olive oil and rosemary. I mean,
But it
some
was
people say,
good.
how is this ice cream? But you try it and it's like, oh,
Delicious.
yes, give me
I know.
It's
more.
delicious.
Let me try that other wacky combination because if this was that good,
And they let you sample them.
oh yeah,
They let you sample them along the way
Mhm.
just to make sure that you're making the
Absolutely.
right decision.
It's great.
And sometimes
Yeah.
you don't even end up with an ice cream cone because you've
Your
sampled too
stomach
much.
is full. Yeah.
to your point, Sandy, I always sample so many, but then I feel so guilty. I have to buy one, so
You have to get one. You have to get one scoop. Exactly.
I have to.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm that guy. You know.
And they're making the waffles fresh as you're in
Oh,
there.
yeah, it smells so-
Aw.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
See, my pro tip is to just go in there with my own spoon and take another, like a healthy size spoon out of whoever I'm standing in there with.
Oh man.
There you
Especially if
go.
they don't have a magic key, because I'll just bust out my magic key and get them a discount. Then that little spoon counts as my my tip,
That's smart.
right, for the magic key discount, right?
That's smart.
That's my trick, right?
That's a good one.
That is a great tip,
Pro tip.
actually, because I find that they're so prevalent with asking everywhere you go at
Mhm.
Disneyland whether or not you have a discount that can be applied.
Yeah.
Whereas at Walt Disney World, you kind of like, oh, yeah, it's true. I have a DVC discount.
And as well, all the little food carts at Disneyland will honor
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not sit down restaurant or a inside
Yeah,
store at Walt Disney World, no discount, nothing for you,
Yeah,
nothing.
The mobile orders apply them
Uh-huh.
automatically
So good. So fabulous.
Yeah.
at Disneyland. It's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so last call here. Any final shout outs or comments here? I've already spoke my piece. Ron, you got anything to throw in here? Anything on the agenda we didn't cover?
We hit just about everything. The only thing I'd like to say is I need to get back there a little bit more often to be able to try all the rest of these places. So that's why we buy the points, right, Chad?
right.
Gina, that's why we buy the points.
That's right. That's why.
Have magic key, Ron. We'll travel, buddy. Come on down.
Let's go.
Anytime.
I'm still trying to rope him into our October trip,
I
Gina.
told him to. I told him to.
I know. But I'm going to be there at the beginning of
Twist
September.
that arm, man.
I wanted to be there so badly, but I have to be at Disney World.
Can you stay at Disney World a couple of weeks? I'll be there after that.
That would be nice.
Anyway, I have one more thing I forgot. Marceline's, the candy
Yes.
shop.
Oh, yeah.
So right now,
Oh, churro toffee. Can we talk about churro toffee?
yes, they're refurbing right now. So you have to like go to the kiosk and buy the churro toffee from
It's
the
so
kiosk.
efficient, though. It's more efficient than the store.
Yes. So good. Anyway, Marceline's.
Okay, have you had this?
Yes.
Like, I got to take a mental note of this one here. And
Okay, have you
this is
have
new.
you not had churro toffee?
You didn't
I
have
blame
it.
Nick and Steve for like
It's so
causing
good.
my addiction to this product. So, Nick and Steve, you know what you did. But basically,
100%. So good.
we were there at the same time as them, and they're like, "Have you not tried the churro toffee?" And they walked out of there with like 5 packages of it, and we're like, "No." And we had one, and then went back the next day and brought it home with us in like multiples
Mhm.
because you can just toss it in the freezer and like pull one out every once in a while and have it, as kind of like your Disneyland fix every couple of months or so. So essentially, it is toffee that is coated in white chocolate and then put into a dip of cinnamon and sugar. So it tastes like a churro, but like that white chocolate mini, like minute little layer. Just
Oh, man.
it's so good. It's just the best.
Yeah.
I had a little square today.
Why I'm envisioning
So
Nick and
good.
Steve telling Sandy, first one's on us, okay? Just remember where it came from.
100%. They're the dealers. And they don't get a cut. Even worse, they don't get a cut.
Hey, first one's on
And they
me,
don't get a-
all right? Don't forget where it came from.
So true. And they don't even get a cut. So next time if you don't have a park pass, you just do downtown and go to Marceline's and get yourself some churro
Yeah, because
toffee.
they have it at the bakery or the confectionery as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's inside the parks at both parks. So that was my one I forgot to put on the list. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned it.
For sure.
Okay, then. Well, I guess that puts another episode in the books with me and my magical crew here. If you'd like to join us on Facebook, just search for us at the My DVC Points community there. Gina and Sandy are both admins and moderators in our group. Ron's a frequent contributor and just an all-around great guy to get to know and hang out with online, in the parks, wherever. Tune in to us, guys. Follow our shows. We're constantly doing meetups in the park. When we're in the parks, we generally invite everybody to come with us. So if you're looking to do a trip, listen to the shows. We advertise them. I know we've got Gina's birthday in Walt Disney World coming up near the end of October. A couple of weeks before that, we're at Villas at Disneyland Hotel. We've got a grand villa, and we're hosting a meetup up there on Columbus Day weekend this year. You guys are welcome to reach out to myself, Gina, Sandy. Get the 411 on how to meet up with us. We love building community, and that's what we're about here, is how do we help you make great decisions about your resources for your timeshare purchases, your timeshare usage, even your budget on what restaurants you're going to take. That's the whole point of this show. That puts another show in the book. Huge shout out of thanks to our sponsors over at DVC Rental Store, DVC Resale Market, and Monera Financial. Also, a quick little last minute plug here. Y'all got to hear Sandy on the show tonight. If you would like to work with her as your travel agent for Disney cruises, cash stays at Disney, Adventures by Disney, she's done them all. She's one of the awesome top performing agents in Canada. She serves the U.S. people as well. And probably anybody along the market that she possibly can help, she helps because she's that kind of an awesome person. You can reach out to her at experiencemagicaladventures.com. Did I get that right, Sandy?
You did. Great job. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyways, Sandy, awesome as always. Thank you for sharing your Disney knowledge and passion with our community. And we don't have like a specific travel agent we recommend. We recommend anybody who's on our show and helps build up our community and serves them. So we give them a shout out on our shows because we've just got so many awesome travel agents around us and everything else along those lines. We want you to find somebody who serves you well. I know Sandy will do that. And she is absolutely phenomenal. I think you sold me my Disneyland tickets on my last trip.
I did. We had a great time planning. It was fun.
Yay.
Yeah. Anyways, that puts this show in the books. Thanks to you for tuning in. Hopefully you found something in today's episode that'll help you go out there and plan something magical for your family.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
Aw, chill up, Dad. You know I'll come back. With DVC.
My DVC Points is an unofficial Disney-inspired podcast created by fans of Disney Vacation Club. The thoughts expressed in this podcast are personal opinions and personal experiences. My DVC Points is not affiliated with Disney Vacation Club, the Walt Disney Companies, or any subsidiaries. We encourage listeners to contact their DVC guide or member services for official DVC policies.